relationship. And as painful as it is to hear Donald Trump talk, and as embarrassing it is as an American to hear him talk, I think it's good. We get to hear it, we get to know who people are, and now we get to cleanse it out of our country.
Hold on to your MAGA hats, folks, because the tea is hotter than Jada's infamous entanglements. Will Smith has just unleashed a verbal smackdown on none other than the former Cheeto-in-Chief himself, Donald Trump. And let me tell you, it's a sight to behold. Now, we all know Will Smith as the Fresh Prince who captured our hearts with his effortless charm and quick wit. But it seems the man's had enough of Trump's never-ending circus of chaos, and he's decided to take matters into his own hands. Or should I say, his own mouth? Please don't forget to subscribe and like this video. It is free and help us bring you enjoyable content. And of course, watch till the end. It all started when Will sat down for an interview and casually mentioned that he might just have a political career in his future. "I'm joking. Ish," he said, with that signature Smith grin. But little did we know, the Fresh Prince had more up his sleeve than just a few playful jabs. See, Will isn't your average Hollywood actor, content to sit on the sidelines and let the political drama unfold. No, he's
the only place that I could even exist.
Yeah.
No other country on earth would allow me to even exist the way that I exist. So when I hear people talk about walls and unconstitutional religious bans, it inspires me and lets me know there's more work that
a man on a mission, and he's not afraid to take on the biggest bully on the block, Donald Trump. In a move that has everyone from the White House to Mar-a-Lago shaking in their spray-tan boots, Will unleashed a verbal smackdown that would make even Chris Rock think twice about stepping back on stage. And let me tell you, it's a doozy.
Before we talk about this excellent movie, man, I watched your interview yesterday, and you said that there was a higher calling for you, that you may run for president. Right. Kanye said it, I didn't take it seriously. Right. There was a serious look in your eye.
Yeah, you know, I was saying that sort of half jokingly, but working on this film. So we've been working with Dr. Omalu, and one of the first things he said to me in our initial meeting was, he said he was a little boy growing up in Nigeria.
"America is the only place that I could even exist," Will declared, his eyes blazing with a passion that could melt even the coldest of Trump supporters' hearts. "No other country on earth would allow me to even exist the way that I exist."
Nigeria, and heaven was here, and America was here. He said to him it was the place where God sent all of his favorite people. Yeah. You know, so he really jarred me and sort of reminded me what it is to be
Ouch! Talk about a mic drop moment. But Will wasn't done there. He went on to skewer Trump's obsession with walls and unconstitutional religious bans, saying that it inspires me and lets me know there.
Will said he might run for president. Let's talk about you as the First Lady. What will be your initiative?
Well, I told him that there's no way he could run for president because nobody wants me as the First Lady, and I don't want to be the First Lady.
I want you as the First Lady. I want to know how I can get you as the First Lady, but get rid of him as the President.
Please. But my initiative would be education, no doubt, for sure.
Are you serious about that?
No.
You know,
I can answer that for you. He's not serious about it at all.
You know, it's something, I said it jokingly-ish.
Ish, right?
Ish, you know. I do feel that there's an impact. You just shaking your head. No.
Could you handle the Donald?
I was joking.
Could you handle the Donald in debate, though? Because you're a quick, fast, funny guy, and he is an all-out, brutal attacker. He goes right for the jug.
That would be very easy.
Yeah.
I would handle that quite well.
Smith versus Trump. I go with
more work that I have to do. Oof, someone call the burn unit, because Will Smith just set Donald Trump's entire political career on fire. And you know what they say, where there's smoke, there's usually a raging inferno of Trump's wounded ego. But hey, don't take my word for it. Just ask the man himself. I'm sure he's busy crafting a scathing tweet as we speak, complete with more caps lock than a high school student's essay and enough exclamation points to make your eyes water. After all, we all know how Trump loves a good celebrity feud. It's like his personal reality show, except the rating.
Will looked at him and smacked him. It was really great. Other people should do that. Will Smith is a really great guy. And I love what he did to the wise guy. So Will Smith, I congratulate you. That was great. I only wish you hit him hard.
Things are tanking and nobody's buying the merch. But this time, he might have picked the wrong guy to mess with. You see, Will Smith isn't some desperate D-lister looking for attention. He's an actual A-lister, the kind of guy Trump used to invite to his gold-plated parties before realizing that celebrities stopped taking his calls sometime around 2016. And let me tell you, when the Fresh Prince speaks, people listen. So what exactly sparked this verbal showdown between the two titans? Was it Trump's endless stream of bizarre political stunts? His shameless self-promotion? Or maybe it was the fact that the former president treats the truth like a piñata at a billionaire's birthday party. Whatever the reason.
So going back to Will Smith's comments first, we'll get to Antonio Sabato Jr. in a second. But Will Smith, he's embarrassed to be American because of the things that Donald Trump has been saying.
Here's the thing. This is not to defend what Will Smith said, because that's not my job. He can say whatever he wants. He's a Hollywood actor. He's not accountable to the American people. He doesn't have to be politically correct. He doesn't have to, as somebody like Donald Trump say, have to mind what he says. There's absolutely no responsibility whatsoever. So the idea that kind of actors mouth off about political candidates is not a new story. I don't really know why we're giving it time, to be honest.
But painful and embarrassing. Did he go too?
One thing's for sure, Will Smith has had enough. And he's not afraid to let the world know it. When we're scared, we reach for our higher selves, Will declared, his voice dripping with a righteous fury that would make even the most diehard Trump supporter pause and reconsider their allegiance. But let's be real here, folks. Trump's entire brand is built on talking the loudest in the room, no matter how little sense it makes. Remember when he promised he'd run the country like one of his businesses? Well, mission accomplished. He ran it straight.
The American ideals and values, and America's the only place that I could even exist.
Yeah.
No other country on earth would allow me to even exist the way that I exist. So when I hear people talk about walls and unconstitutional
into bankruptcy, just like Trump Steaks, Trump University, and every casino unfortunate enough to have his name on it. And let's not forget, Trump spent most of his pre-political career desperately trying to be part
of religious bans.
Yeah.
It inspires me and lets me know there's more work that I have to do. It's like I won't allow that. We're not going to reach for our lower selves. Yes, we're all fearful, but the beauty of being American, as I saw through Dr. Omalu's eyes, is when we're scared, we reach for our higher selves.
Part of the very Hollywood he now pretends to despise. So the idea that he's somehow above Will Smith's critique is about as laughable as one of his ill-advised tweets. But the real question is, does Trump even know how to respond to someone like Will Smith? I mean, this is the guy who's been a box office king for decades, the same Will Smith who came back from Wild Wild. West like it never even happened. If surviving After Earth didn't end his career, nothing will. Sure, Trump can try his usual playbook, calling Will a washed-up actor with failing movies and claiming he's totally overrated. But does he really think that's going to rattle the Fresh Prince? This is a man who's faced far worse than a few mean tweets from a guy who once stared directly at a solar eclipse, for crying out loud. No, the real issue here is that Trump's ego is taking a hit, and he's scrambling to regain control. He wants to be the main character in every story, but sometimes he's just the punchline.
I feel like at this point in my career, I've earned the right to fail, right? So I'm going to take shots, and I'm not going to hit them all because I'm going to be trying really wild, aggressive, creative things.
And let me tell you, that's got to sting more than a box office flop, a tax fraud indictment, or the realization that his hair will never, ever look natural. You see, Trump.
Hey, Mr. Trump. Hey, how you doing? Will Smith. Hey, listen, you are getting a great house here, and this is quite a deal you're getting for it too. Look, I tell you what. Doing another 50 grand, I cut the grass for you every Saturday.
Look, folks, before we go too far, I've got something to tell you.
Excuse me.
Has always seen Hollywood as his white whale, something he's chased but never caught. He tried with The Apprentice, hoping reality TV would give him a seat at the table, but instead, it made him a sideshow. He craved respect from A-listers.
But I've got something to tell you first. Thank you for ruining my life!
Ashley!
But all he got were forced photo ops and polite toleration before they ghosted him. And now Will Smith, one of the biggest stars in the world, has just reaffirmed what everyone in Hollywood already knows. Trump is an outsider, not because he's some renegade against the system, but because no one actually likes him. He's not feared, admired, or even taken seriously. He's just a guy who won't stop trying to crash the party. So, what's next for this epic showdown? Probably another unhinged rant from Trump, another round of "nobody respects me," and another reminder that no matter how much money you claim to have, you can't buy your way into the cool kids club. But you know what they say, the best revenge is living well. And let me tell you, Will Smith is doing just that. He's out here making movies, producing content, and, oh yeah, verbally slapping the spray tan off Trump's face. Meanwhile, the former president is stuck in a loop, yelling about rigged elections like a guy who keeps losing at poker and insists the deck is out to get him. So, my fellow Americans, the next time you hear Trump whining about being the victim, remember this. The only thing he's really a victim of is his own fragile ego. And thanks to Will Smith, that ego just took a beating that would make even Chris Rock wince. Now, if you'll excuse me, I'm off to grab a bucket of popcorn and watch the fireworks. Because when it comes to celebrity feuds, this one is about to make the Brangelina split look like a playground scuffle.